Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer and moved to Arsenal. First of all, just before we get into the transfers, just to tell you that we're doing a fantasy league. It's fantasy league season at the moment. We're doing the Dream Team one, right? And the Dream Team one is the season-long one. I really love this one. And this is where you enter your team over the season, and at the end of each month, you can slot in another 3 players. I'll reveal my team at the end of the show. It's a very interesting team. But first of all, what about our team? What about Arsenal? What's happening with the transfers? Mustafi. Yesterday, loads of conflicting reports. First of all, the reports were it's literally a done deal. Then there were reports saying that his dad said that his agent is chatting a load of rubbish. The deal is not a done deal. Then we were starting to hear that Mustafi's dad is his agent, and the guy who came out and said he was his agent isn't actually his agent anymore. Really, really confusing. But it does look like this deal is going to happen. Mustafi's dad did say he's in negotiations with Arsenal, with understanding that it's going to be a 5-year deal worth £75,000 a week. Not bad if you can get it, eh? And the deal will probably get done sometime next week, and Mustafi will become an Arsenal player. It will come too late for him to, of course, play in the game at the weekend against Liverpool, but hopefully maybe he might be in place for the game against Leicester. But for me, a very positive signing if we make that. He's the captain of Valencia. He's done very well in Valencia's team, despite Valencia last year being a real merry-go-round, a real up-and-down club with, you know, Neville coming in as manager and then swapping managers, etc., etc. But it looks like it's going to get done. There were even reports yesterday that the owner of Valencia, Peter Lim, flew into London to come in and get the deal all sorted out with Arsenal. So that is looking like it's going to happen, and that Mustafi will become an Arsenal player. And that will strengthen that area really, really well. If you've got a Koscielny back, you've got Mustafi, Koscielny, you've got backup of Rob Holding, Gabriel when he comes back, Mertesacker. All of a sudden, it starts to look stronger at the back, and that's what we want. A strong back four. Plus, as well, as I've said before, Mustafi's quite versatile. He can play at right back, he can play at left back. So that is very positive if Arsenal get that deal done. What else are we getting done, though? That's the thing that everyone's asking. Well, Riyad Mahrez is back in the news again today. This one runs and runs and runs. The keeper saying that Arsenal have submitted another bid now of £35 million to try and get it done. Leicester, of course, have been denying it, have been saying that, listen, Mahrez is not going anywhere. It's a deal that is one of these ones that we're probably not going to find out until A, Mahrez comes out and says, I don't want to go anywhere, which is something that he hasn't done yet. Mahrez has not said anything. He's been very quiet on it. Or B, it goes right down to the wire. Arsenal come in with a mammoth bid and Leicester say, all right, we'll sell him. Does look like Arsenal are interested in Mahrez. Wenger keeps saying he wants quality. Mahrez is quality. Will this be the deal that gets done? We're going to have to wait and see. Mahrez linked again today with Arsenal. What about Lacazette, though? The whole thing about Lacazette seems to be going really, really cold at the moment, that trail. Alexander Lacazette, of course, been linked with Arsenal forever, right throughout the last window, this window heavily. Lyon been playing hardball. West Ham, of course, were also the club that were trying to sign Lacazette. They put in a bid for him. But it's interesting that their manager, Slaven Bilic, came out yesterday and he said, listen, we're not in for Mahrez. We're signing somebody else. I can tell you 100% he said, we're not going to be signing Riyad Mahrez, which means one of two things. Either the path is cleared for Arsenal to go in there and get it and West Ham know they've got no chance, or they're realising that this deal's not going to happen because Lyon have been pushing the price up. The price is way too high. And also probably they think, well, for that sort of price, he's just not worth it. And I'm kind of starting to get the vibes from Arsenal that they're thinking that way as well, that price for Lacazette is just too high for a guy that's, you know, yeah, okay, he scored the goals in the French league, but Arsenal maybe not confident that he could replicate it in the Premier League, and that sort of price tag is way too high. We don't know. Again, this is one that until Lacazette comes out and pledges his allegiance or signs a new contract to Lyon, we really don't know what's happening with this one. Another one that could go down to the wire. But I don't know, it seems to me, it just seems the vibes I'm getting out of Arsenal is that they're kind of cooling on the whole Lacazette thing. It could be a thing where they're saying to themselves, right, we're just going to, if this is our price, Leon don't want it, they can keep him, then we'll try and get Mahrez or somebody like that. I don't know. We're linked with another player, another Leon player today, actually. He goes by the name of Rashid Gazelle. He's 24 years of age. He's a winger. The publication Goal are saying that Arsenal have made a bid of 10 million euros for him. Sorry, no, Everton made a bid of 10 million euros, which was turned down. But Goal are saying that Arsenal are also, excuse me, interested in signing the winger. Another winger? I don't know about that. Wouldn't surprise me. We like a midfielder, as I'm always saying, but Arsenal today linked with this guy, Gazelle, from Lyon. Now, remember yesterday in the poll, I asked the question, if we signed Mustafi, Mahrez, and Granit Xhaka, Rob Holding, if that was our window, if that was our transfer window on completion, would you rate that as a very good window? The results are interesting. 63% of you said yes, that would be a good window. Even though it'd be a traumatic time, it'd be a good window. 12% of you said that would be a bad window. And 25% of you said, excuse me, that would be an average window. All right. I don't think it's, my personal opinion, to be a very good window if that's what it ends up being. But if that's what it ends up being, again, we still got quite a few weeks left to run until the end of this window, but it's going to be certainly interesting to see what Arsenal do right up till the end of it. As usual, we don't get our business done early. We're always sort of trying to see what the sale is. We're always in that queue. Listen, I'm doing a fantasy football team, but this is the season-long one, not to be confused with some of the other ones I've done. I'm a fantasy football league freak, I just love entering these things. This one, though, is the Dream Team one, which is a season-long one. Now, if you want to enter my league, the PIN number is in the link below. You can enter the Arsenal Fan TV League. This is my team, very interestingly. You only get £50 million to spend, but I did all right with this one. I've got £1 million left out of my budget. In goal, I've gone Jack Butland, who's back, and I think this guy's going to have a big year. He's going to be the future England goalkeeper for me. Bellerin at the back, best right back in the country. Fonte, you know what? That guy Fonte would have been a decent shout for Arsenal had he had not been so old. He's I think he's 31, 32, but I really rate Fonte. Played well in the Euros as well. Scott Dan, another player who I rate. We were linked to at one stage. I wouldn't have minded him as well. Monreal, left back for me, always solid. Dimitri Payet, I don't even have to say much about him. His quality. Mohamed El Nene. Now, watch this guy this season. I think El Nene is going to have a fantastic season. I think one thing we slag off Wenger about his signings, but this guy I think is going to be a gem, and we're going to see that this season. He is quality. Mesut Ozil, of course, well, needs no explanation. Sadio Mane for Liverpool, I think will have a good season. Up front, Sanchez, I think he might get that central role at Arsenal. And I think he'll score a lot of goals this season if Sanchez is fit. I think he'll get 20-plus goals this season. And Jermaine Defoe of Sunderland, another guy who's, he's going to be leading the line for them every week. So I reckon he'll get me a load of points. So that's my team. If you want to enter your team, the PIN number is in the link below. Join in. Get involved in it. It should be fun. I love doing these fantasy football leagues. It's always a bit of fun. But, Mr. Wenger, what's your fantasy transfers? What are they? What do you do when you go to bed at night? Who are you thinking about? Which player? I'd love to be able to get inside his head to find out who he's thinking of bringing in. By the 31st of this month, we'll find out. And also, by the way, looking forward to the game tomorrow. The Premier League starts again today. Really, really looking forward to it. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Man Like Robbie. We're going to be looking at the league as a whole on that. But thanks for watching today, and I'll see you around about the same time tomorrow.